What is one thing that annoys you about modern dating culture?
I think that nobody's committed to anything.
You think that's a modern dating culture thing?
No, you know what? I lied. I think so. No, they're the
I know a couple guys went to Woodstock in the 70s that would disagree.
Okay, but I know, I feel like back in the day, people committed way easy. Yes, I'm sure that there's still an array of the Woodstock folks. But
Sure.
People got married way younger.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to commit these days. Now, there is a group of people, because obviously I'm in the engagement business and I get clients, their proposals, but I notice there's a type of person that are proposing.
Ooh, okay. What's the type?
They live a slower life.
Okay.
They live a more calm life.
Yeah.
And I think that there's something to that. And then I see the folks that are some of my friends and people that I actually enjoy spending time with,
sure.
and all the fun people, those people are they're on to the next, they're jet setting, they're vacationing. And it's hard to commit when you are in that way of life because you're always seeing the next shiny thing.
Hypergamy. One thing that bothers me about modern dating culture is, as a man, it feels like nothing should bother me.
Okay.
It just feels like the modern dating culture idea is if you're a man, you should be unbothered. So if you've taken a girl out on a date, granted, she's not your girlfriend, but you've just gone out on a date, and a day later, you see her out on another date with another guy.
Yeah.
You can't be impacted. You can't. And I'm not saying you see, I'm even doing it now. I mean, you shouldn't. But you can't, you can't be, your feelings can't be hurt. If you are talking to a girl, if you've dated her multiple times and another guy, but you're not quote unquote her boyfriend yet, and another guy makes an approach and buys her a gift or takes her on a trip, you can't be mad about that. The onus and responsibility is, hey, if you didn't want her on the trip, you should have made her your girlfriend, which feels kind of unfair to me. Why
does that feel unfair to you?
Why does it feel unfair to me? I think because everything's a process, right? So if we're if we're on a road, right? Let's say you have to cross 10 steps before we become boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah.
It feels unfair to me that if we're on step 1 of that process, or step 7 of that process, at any given time, because I haven't made you my quote unquote girlfriend, that entire process could be undone by you being available to somebody else.
Okay, but often women do this, speaking from experience, because they don't know where you stand, or they don't know if you're dating other people. So often women do this as an emotional defense to protect themselves. So there's been so many beautiful women that I know that have been I really enjoyed having a date with this guy, but I don't know where we stand. So I've had my heart broken so many times, so I'm going to keep on dating until I know he's my boyfriend, because I don't want to have my heart broken and being left again. So this is a defense mechanism for so many women.
I'm going to say something. This statement's going to get us canceled today. But I think it's true. I don't necessarily agree with this. I just know it's true modern-wise. I think the cost of dating, the social cost of dating multiple people, is more for women than it is for men. So if I see a guy go out on a date with one girl, and then the next day I see him out on a date with another girl, I think the social cost to that guy, as well as the women he's gone out with, is less than if the reverse. So what I'll say is this. If a guy goes out on a date with 5 different women from Monday to Friday, and we all see him on a date with 5 different women.
Yeah.
And the following week, he pops out with one of those 5 women as his girlfriend. I don't think that there's a level of embarrassment for her. I don't think there's a level of embarrassment for him. I think just assume, this guy dated around, he picked this girl, he liked her. If same concept, one girl goes on a date with 5 guys, and then she comes out and says, I picked this one guy as a boyfriend, I think the world will shame them. And they'll ask this guy, how are you were on rotation. I don't know why. That's just the sense I get. The sense I get is that there's a more social cost for a man who picks a woman who looks like was dating multiple people than a woman who picks a guy who looks like he was dating multiple people.
I think that she sounds like she's smart because she's protecting herself.
I'm not against it, okay. I should probably be clear that some of my personal views, but what I think I know about the world don't always match.
Yeah.
So I believe that, look, everybody should be able to do whatever they want on its core, but society doesn't treat us that way.
Sure. But women have to be smart about how they're doing things. Like, I mean, if you develop a reputation around town that you are out with every successful guy out there, you're going to develop a reputation 100%. Like, you're not going to be a respectable woman. And that is society putting that on it. But if you are, careful the way you do things and you are specific on how you choose things and maybe where you go, then, and there's a classy way to do things, then you can do things. And I think you can still protect yourself.
Yeah. I just think, when the modern dating thing, I just think that the concepts of what it is to quote unquote know the game just feel like it's gotten outrageous.
Yeah.
Like both men and women alike, the single friends I have and the stuff that they just have to accept. Like, you know what? That wasn't my boyfriend at the time. Or you know what? That wasn't my girlfriend at the time. And the list of things that they have to just flat out accept because of that.
It's ridiculous.
It feels unfair. So maybe I wasn't just saying for a man or a woman thing. The nature of the game just feels so unfair. It feels like you're either my boyfriend or my girlfriend. If not, I don't have to respect you. And then even another level, if we're not engaged, there's a level of respect I don't have to give you. It just feels like respect is no longer
a given.
It's like earned through levels of graduation.
Yeah.
And that feels so like I just don't know the human experience through these titles of.
I think it's crazy that people don't respect each other. And this is the whole thing where like there's ghosting and all this nonsense. Like, in my opinion, if you don't like somebody, just straight up be like, you know what, it was nice to get to know you, but like, I'm just not feeling this, whatever it is. Like the fact that like I know grown men that are like in their 40s that are running around and they can't communicate that like, you know what, I'm dating multiple women. I decided to choose this one or, whatever, and just have a conversation with people. The fact that nobody has this respect with one another or can communicate is just crazy to me. And they're like in their 40s.
Yeah. Why do you think that is?
I think that on the context of guys like to keep a door open. That door.
You think guys like to do that more than women?
Oh, men love that door open.
I'm sorry. Women keep doors open more than men do. By far, bar none.
I don't know. It depends.
Oh my gosh, Amber, no.
Let me tell you, all the men that have doors open with, I got a laundry list, and I mean the door. I shut the door, but I'll tell you, they come knocking on that door.
Hold on. Is your assessment that men keep the door open on past relationships more than women keep the door open on past relationships?
Yeah, 100%.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And you're putting that opinion on camera?
It's on camera.
What you're saying is so far from the truth, it almost astonishes me that you were able to get it out. Women spin the block. Okay. Women are not the aggressors. Okay. So it's not like they're going to be sending the messages, but women will receive message from any guy from any part of her past at any time if it fits her purpose in the moment.
Yeah, but guys
That's keeping the door open.
Guys do the same thing when they're like, this is not working out for me. Oh, let me go back to where she is. And then they slide into the DMs.
Yeah, I'm curious.
They're liking
I want to see how you're doing.
They're actively liking your pictures.
Yeah, because I'm curious how you're doing.
Dating other people just to like be like, I'm engaging. We're still friends.
We are friends.
We're not friends.
Why aren't we friends? You don't want friends?
I'll be friends with you. But I mean, I'm not friends with them. Like, I'm like.
Why? Why can't we be friends?
Because the door is shut firmly on my end.
Yeah, romantically, but we can still be friends. Why can't we be friends?
Because
you're a good time. I like hanging out with you.
Because if the ending of that story ended up as not friends, we're not friends, and the door is firmly shut, and not for you to wiggle your way back.
No. So we went on a couple dates.
Yeah.
We thought that there was romantic subtext there.
Yeah.
Maybe we didn't meet each other's standard. Maybe we didn't have the same perspective about dating. Maybe we weren't moving at the same pace, okay?
Right.
So we like that we're not going to consistently make that investment towards a possible romantic future.
Right.
That doesn't mean we're not friends.
The really big difference is, did you have a conversation that those are the things that you're feeling? So you know what, we're not on the same page, or I want to date other people or whatever. Did you have that conversation? If the answer is no, we're not friends.
Okay, so what is the alternative? Like, he just stopped talking to you?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, if a guy just stopped talking to me or didn't communicate and then started dating another woman, and then continued to keep the door open with me, that's shady. Shady.
Because he's messaging you and liking pictures?
It's shady. I'm like, get off my story.
But you're on Instagram. You're public.
I don't want your petty ass likes. I don't want that.
But why? I'm engaging with your content. You're putting stuff out. I liked it. Wow, congratulations. I'm proud of you.
I've got enough people engaging in my content. I don't want your likes.
I can't believe that this is being considered circling. So if a man, okay, this is why people have this whole rule about stop following this person on Instagram, something, because they think it's like a threat or like a gateway. It's only a gateway if you make it that way. We had our mature.
It is a gateway because let me tell you, if I had,
but it's not because the men who you don't like approach you on Instagram all the time. They get a gateway to nothing but your non-reply.
Exactly, but I'm like, these guys. If I had a nickel for every guy that either like, who knows, decided to fade away and date someone else, who then realized they were like, ooh, Amber's looking good.
Good, yeah, because sometimes y'all do be looking good.
And then it's like, and then they come back, and I'm just like, who are you? Like, who that? Do you think I have any self-respect? Go back, like, crawl back into that jar.
No, this is so absolutist.
Crawl back in that hole.
Okay, you and I go out for a little bit. For whatever reason, it doesn't work. I date somebody else.
Yeah.
That relationship is not going well.
Right.
You look good. And the last time we hung out, it's not that it didn't go well. We just went in a different direction. I'm not allowed to think you look good and say, hey, like.
No, I mean, you can think I look good, but I'm going to just secretly judge you just the whole time.
Why are you judging me? So I'm not allowed to ever date you if I missed on ever dating you?
Absolutely.
What? Hold on. What?
The door is closed.
So if I miss the bag, if I miss the door one time, never come back.
Only because I've went there, been through these experiences, and I'll tell you, if a guy is not certain in the beginning, this is going to go bad. You are signing yourself up for a miserable existence.
The other woman might have seemed like a better fit. She could have been. This happens on The Bachelor all the time.
It does happen, but I'm just saying, as a woman's perspective, when you take a guy back in that context, like from that situation, it seems as to me that like it just doesn't go well because like that guy, I think automatically maybe he doesn't respect you much. I was actually having this conversation with a guy I know recently.
Okay.
And he's now engaged, but he was just.
He probably got engaged after circling back.
He did not. In fact, he told me about a girl that really liked him, and she had all the packages, and she looked like Katy Perry, and she was just gorgeous, and all of the things. And he's like, and I just couldn't put my finger on, why there was something a little bit off.
Yeah.
But then after a few months, whatever, she was looking good, whatever, they reconnected and they started dating again. And then same thing happened. It's just like, if there's something off, I think a guy knows, and then I think that they'll try and make it work because damn, she's looking good. But like if a guy knows, I think he kind of knows.
Wow.
I mean,
wow.
They still might know that they want to like see what's up with her. Like she looks good. She might want to. They want to hang out, but does he want to commit to her? I'm talking about committed relationships right now.
Yeah.
Like he knows if he wants to commit to you. He knows.
I just think as a guy, the reason why I'm spinning my wheels on this one a bit is I don't think there's many times in my life where I was interested in a woman and talking to her, but also wasn't very aware that there were other men vying for her time. Like,
right.
Hey, can we hang out on Tuesday? And I hear them, I can't Tuesday, but I'm free Thursday. I was always very aware that, okay, another guy has her Tuesday. I even used to do this thing with my friends where it's like, I call it work towards prime time.
Yeah.
It's like when you meet a woman, the first day she can give you like a Monday or a Tuesday, start of her week. But the closer you get to Friday, Saturday is the closer you're getting to actually being her primary choice.
So
if a girl doesn't give me a Saturday after 4 weeks, I can tell the other guy's winning. He's whooping my ass. I either got to step it up or accept that I don't got the juice.
That's wild.
But it's true.
It's wild.
Do you spend Saturday with a guy that you don't actually really like?
Saturday's just another day for me, and I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah, pero. Okay, Friday, Saturday night. These are the nights of the best probably events, the best things to do for fun. All the new movies open on these days. You do not spend those times with people that you don't really like.
I think I've spent a Saturday with you.
I assumed you really like me.
Yeah, I do. No, but you know what? So when I first moved to Toronto,
Yes.
and I was like this small town girl, I went to college with a guy
Yep.
who literally was like, and he would refer girls to like days of the week based on how like pretty she was, and I was like, and he would be like, I'm not even kidding. I swear to God, he would be like, she's a Wednesday. She's like, she's only a Monday. I'm not even kidding. The things I've learned coming to this damn city.
He said this out loud to you?
No, we would go actively talk about it. I've been friends with the guy for 10 years. He still calls them like, he loves.
He does it now?
Yeah, to this day. He's like, he loves a Wednesday. A Wednesday, like she's like top tier. Wednesday is like middle of the week.
What does that mean? I don't even know what it means. Do we know what this means?
It's like a ranking system.
What's
of
the
like
what's the highest day of the week for him?
He loves a Wednesday. It's hump day.
Wow. Okay. More to the point.
I'm into a Thursday.
Things that bother me about modern dating. But it goes to my point. I think that the primetime date thing is fine. And it goes to my point. As a man, I've always accepted if a woman is talking to me, she's probably circled back. 100%. There was another guy she was talking to, she took a good honest look, and whether it didn't work or like there's always factors. I just try always to exclusively focus on my interaction. That's what I always used to say. I said, I exist in the world between when I get you from your front door and when I get you back. Whatever happens on your life on either side of that process is your own until we're committed to one another.
And I also think that there is like something to say about the quality people that we're dating here. Like, because like there is a certain type of woman that has a full roster. And then
every woman has a full roster.
No, that's not incorrect.
Okay. Every woman has a full roster because, and this is like you can deny this if you want. I know every woman has a full roster because every single woman I know on any given day of the week with 10 minutes notice could invite a guy to get her out for dinner.
That doesn't mean she's a roster.
Okay, why is that guy doing it then?
What?
Why is that guy on 10 minutes notice? I'm very specific.
10 minutes.
On 10 minutes notice, able and willing to not only book, plan, pick you up and pay for dinner.
Because it goes back to the situation where there's always a guy hovering. Which means
it's a roster you're maintaining.
No,
because if he wasn't close, he wouldn't be available on 10 minutes notice.
No, he's just waiting for her to give him a chance. That doesn't mean.
So you're not maintaining that roster?
No, I'm not maintaining it.
It's maintaining itself?
I don't have a roster.
If I asked you right now,
listen, I have men that are ready to just creep up at any time.
If I needed,
I don't have time to have a roster. Do
you have dinner plans tonight? Do you have dinner plans this evening?
I have a.
Not the work one.
No, I have no dinner plans.
You have no social dinner plans this evening.
I'm planning on crawling up with a giant pizza.
If I bet you $20 that you could message any guy in your phone.
That's a bet.
And get dinner plans tonight.
100%. It's a bet.
Would a guy be able to? Would you find a dinner partner for tonight?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, and that's not a roster member?
It's not my roster.
Where'd you find the guy from?
These men are just hovering.
And if I need you to do it again tomorrow?
Yeah, I could do it anytime I want
and that's not a roster.
That's not my roster. There's just guys.
Am I crazy? Am I losing my mind? How is that not a roster?
These are the men that are hovering. You're proving my point. They're hovering around, just ready for me to give them a chance. Doesn't mean my roster. They want to go on a date with me.
But if you gave these guys no attention, they wouldn't be available to you for dinner.
No, they're waiting for the attention to be given.
Don't nod and agree with this. You agree with this?
What?
So you think there are men that have such low self-respect? I'm saying it like this. There are men that have such low self-respect that you could ignore them for months. But if you message them today on 10 minutes notice and said, hey, I'm free tonight, you want to do dinner? He'll say yes.
Let's go. Men want what they can't have.
You're nodding as well? Yo, everybody is agreeing with this point. Are you serious?
Men want what they can't have.
Not on 10 minutes. I'm not saying I wouldn't be down. Not on 10 minutes. On 10 minutes notice, you're disrespecting me.
Okay, well, how close to you?
I'm not doing dinner with a woman that I don't regularly talk to with less than a day or two's notice.
Yep.
If you message me today and we haven't talked in a while, I'm not free till Wednesday. I don't care if I'm at home. I'm not free till Wednesday. Because I think it makes me look wild.
Right.
That I was just sitting around waiting for you to acknowledge my existence. That is utterly preposterous.
Yeah, but you have a lot of self-respect.
I think we all do.
We don't all do.
Everybody's nodding no. I'm
not saying that I actively do this, but if I wanted to, I could.
I just think that the knowledge of that is a roster.
That's not a roster. I don't have a roster going.
Okay, so then, but if I said, hey, any given night, any day of the week, I can invite out a woman with romantic subtext, you wouldn't accuse me of having a roster.
So because of like the social media presence and all the guys I've dated in my past, whatever happened, like maybe I got into a relationship and so that one didn't work out. Maybe we went on a couple of dates and it just fizzled. We had this conversation, right?
Yep.
So then those guys they're on the gram. They're just like, they're waiting. They're seeing what you're doing. They're seeing the glow up. They're enjoying it. And so like, yeah, you could actively message them, but you haven't spoken to them. And they're like, hey, what's up? I've been seeing you doing well. Like, let's go out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not saying I say no to let's go out. I'm not going out tonight if you message me today and we haven't talked.
Depends on how badly they want to go on a date with you.
I don't want anybody bad enough that they could ignore me for a month to 2 months.
What if it's not ignoring though? Like, what if you just guys haven't connected and you're like, hey, you know what? I'm actually free tonight. Like, why don't we just like grab a drink?
But then we're already friendly. It's not like this whole fizzle out dating thing we haven't talked.
The thing is these people, they actively like your stories. They'll reply to it.
Are you liking back?
No, they just like, they'll just.
So then you're ignoring me.
What do you mean liking? You don't. It's what if the guy doesn't
If I like, okay, can I tell you this?
The guys don't post.
I have a ratio. If I can like your stories.
Yeah.
First of all, okay. Let's say you post a story and I give a fire emoji.
Yeah.
You have 3 responses that don't include letters before I realize you're ignoring me. So if you give a fire emoji and you double tap it, the heart.
Yeah.
If I fire emoji or heart eyes emoji or whatever emoji to your story and you go 3 times in a row without responding with words, just double tapping, you're ignoring me.
Okay, but what if you just like the story? Like you can't engage back to it.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah, so like there's those people that are like engaging.
Yeah, but then that's the thing. If I'm just liking your stories, I'm probably not interested enough that you can ask me out to dinner on a day's notice and I say, yeah.
Well, I mean, there's fans.
All right, we have to move on.